Hello everyone, in this episode of Basic Essentials series, I'm going to show you how to use event dispatchers in Unreal Engine 5. Alright, event dispatchers are actually a tool that makes communication between blueprints. Here from my third person character blueprint, in this section event dispatchers, I hit this plus icon and create a new event dispatcher and I'll name it test dispatch. Okay, now I add an input, for example F button. Now I drag my event dispatcher here and select call and connect it to my input. Alright, now if I press F, this event dispatcher will be called from my third person character blueprint, and all other events from other blueprints which are binded to this event dispatcher will be called as this dispatcher is called. Okay, now I open this test cube blueprint, which is actually this actor in my scene. From event begin play, I cast to my character blueprint. In this case is third person character BP, and for object reference I search for get player character. Okay, now I search for my test dispatch, and as you can see I have different options here: assign test dispatch and also bind event to test dispatch. So I choose this one, and here I can bind events to this dispatcher. And now I create a custom event and I name it, for example, print. Okay, and connect it to this event dispatcher, and here I add a print string node, and here I type dispatched. Alright, now I compile and run the game, and as you can see, if I press F, this message will be shown on the screen, which is actually called from this actor blueprint by event dispatcher of my third person character blueprint. Alright, now I go back to my third person character blueprint, and also you can insert inputs to event dispatchers. For example, here in input section I create an input and I name it valid and set type to boolean, and I also create another input in type of text. Okay, here I can set this boolean input to true, and I also set default value for this input. For example, I write here test dispatch. Okay, now I compile and open my test cube blueprint event graph, and here as you can see all of inputs from this event dispatcher are available here. And for example, here I add a branch node and connect true section to this print string node, and I also connect this input, this text input here, which has default value of test dispatch. Now I compile and run the game, and as you can see, if I press F, this test dispatch message is shown on my screen. And for example, if I set this default value of this input in event dispatcher to false and compile and run again, as you can see, as I press F, nothing happens. Alright, if this tutorial was useful for you, please like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.